Thank you and goodbye, Los Angeles. Well, at least for now, yeah? Hey everyone, Gilly here, and wanted to put this quick video together just to address a couple of things, right? Some folks have already got wind of the news, other folks are just catching on, and we've gone from just a few emails to now my phone's blowing up. We're getting messages on Facebook and on Skype, so wanted to take care and address a couple of things right on this video. Number one, send out and take the time for some big thank yous. Number two, make it official and let everybody know, yes, I am going to be relocating. My entire operations here in Los Angeles is going to continue, but I will be relocating and moving into a new local market. And what that means for those of you that are current clients, purchasing real estate deals from us, private money investors, or folks that are simply following along with our wholesaling and marketing training in the real estate space and industry, right? So first things first, big thank yous. Now with the move that we're coming up, even before we got to Los Angeles, I mean, when I moved out here, basically it was just me. And there are folks that have made a huge impact that I'm very grateful and appreciative for, and I want to recognize them. Number one, Joyce and Ryan Pagoa and your family. Thank you so much. I mean, especially, you know, for looking out for Camille and I. We love you guys. Two, I wanted to thank Susie Stera. She was the first person that actually took my messages seriously on Facebook forums and in private messages about doing deals and wholesaling in Los Angeles. And, you know, a month later, we did our first deal together. So that was pretty awesome. So, Susie, thank you. And I still look forward to doing deals together on an ongoing basis. I know you're currently working with us on some pipelines right now. Abel, one of the very first bird dogs or folks that attended my little rinky-dink weekly meetup, right, on meetup.com. I started a little cash flow real estate 101 club or a little Wednesday night dinner group. And that grew and evolved into something that I didn't really expect, and just some awesome deals popped out of that. Over $60,000 in bird dog and wholesaling fees, and I still remember the face you made when I drove by your place and handed you that $10,000 check. Abel, thanks for being one of the very first that came out to that cash flow meetup group, and that's turned into workshops, that's turned into private money and multiple deals over the course of the year. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And last but not the least, I want to thank Joey Alvarado and the team behind SoCal MMA and Fitness. When I'm not working my ass off, I'm definitely working out at the gym. And, you know, thanks to you, Joey, putting our fitness on a whole other level, preparing us for our endurance races. Thank you so much. And I look forward to, you know, teaching and training my own classes out, you know, in the new market that I relocate and move into. So we'll definitely talk more about that offline, right? And I also wanted to take the time to thank the folks that have joined our Facebook private members only group in real estate. The input, the dialogue, the exchanges have been absolutely valuable. I want to thank those that have taken the time to follow me on Facebook. That's completely grown, and seeing it is just, I'm just absolutely appreciative of it. There's over like 6,000 folks just on Facebook on my personal fan page. There's a couple thousand on the Facebook fan page on the business side, and a few thousand on Instagram. So thank you guys so much, especially for, you know, the questions, the feedback, and the kind messages that you guys you know, take the time out of your busy schedules to send in. The awesome news is, even with the move, I will still continue to post updates, let you know what we're up to, what's working, what's not working, whether you're in real estate or you're following us on our internet marketing list as a subscriber, or maybe one of our clients on that side of our operations, right? So many, many thanks to all of you guys. And with this particular move, allow me to transition. I am on the hunt looking for new markets. Now, I already have selected the market that I'm going to be moving into. And after some conference calls with my team, we want to be able to go into a couple of new markets. And we used to do this daily webinar, live webinar, where we'll answer questions, provide some insight or different perspectives, whether you're working on a deal, crafting your marketing campaigns, or just questions on, how the heck to use Podio and move all the other components inside of your real estate business, or how to, best get started given the resources that you have, right? So we're having somewhat of a combination of a fire sale as well as a program that I've never done before, and a price point that we've only released or offered as a courtesy to other educators, gurus, or some of the bigger brand names that you guys are familiar with in the industry. I've had the privilege to work with folks from Mark Evans' program, the Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki group on their coaching students, Robert Sheeman, Joe McCall, and a couple of other names that you in the real estate space would recognize. And so with the new markets that we're looking to open up, we wanted to be able to, put out an offer out there, or at least extend a service that we get called for and requested on a #1 basis. And so we're definitely not stepping away from real estate. That is going to continue. And for those of you that are wondering if I've completely abandoned the real estate training side, not at all. In fact, just in the last week, we've put 4 properties under contract, and we're right now in the process of wholesaling another deal here in Los Angeles, or we may keep it as a rehab. So if you guys have access to private money, or if you know somebody looking for to fund a private money deal, we're definitely looking to raise about $100,000 for it. Send me a private message. We need to close on that deal like in a couple of days, maybe a week at most, right? So hit me up on Facebook or send me a text message. My contact details will be on here, so that if that's something you want to follow up on, let's have a conversation. So with this particular service that we want to be able to extend and offer, and kind of align it with our goals to go into new markets and multiple markets as an expansion, we want to be able to find the folks and reach out to those that are looking to hire a virtual assistant or somebody that can screen calls for them, right? So what we're looking for are investors that maybe are part-time at the moment and you're looking to make a transition full-time. You're doing marketing on a consistent basis, but your biggest problem is not being able to respond to some of the sellers or the leads that are calling back, whether it be Craigslist, direct mail, online PPC. So I'll take a quick second just to keep you caught up, or at least to update you. Some of you folks are seeing this video for the first time, and ultimately it comes down to, the proof is in the pudding and, somewhat of a track record. So I'm going to share with you a couple of deals that we've done in the past, especially a current one that we're working on, and some deals that we have closed on, right? So the same sales team, acquisition team, virtual assistant, tomato, call it what you want, that I use in my real estate business, and you're going to see my screen here in a second. I want to take you guys through a couple things. I took some screenshots right before this session. I do deals virtually in multiple markets, and not just in Los Angeles, but in a couple of markets that I'd like to share with you guys. Here's a market that we're doing deals in. This is in Oklahoma. What you're looking at on here is a 1099 back in 2013, so basically the stuff that we've done over the last year. And just in this little mini market or a niche market, we're looking at about $8,000 in wholesaling or assignment fees. Call it what you want, whatever's relevant in your marketplace. And this is after splits with a local partner based in that particular area. So Oklahoma City, right? Can it be done virtually? Absolutely. This is me doing business while I'm in Los Angeles, in another market. The next market I'm going to be sharing with you guys, and this one's a fun one because most folks will say, oh, you can't wholesale in Southern California, yada yada, this and that. This is a San Diego market that you guys are looking at on here. And while I'm in Los Angeles, right, on the San Diego market, we're looking at about a little over $18,000 in wholesaling and assignment fees, right then and there, right? Here in LA, I'm going to be sharing with you guys, because yes, you can wholesale in Los Angeles. Where is that? All right, here we go. We have another nice screenshot on here. This is from my Instagram account. For those of you that don't know me or are familiar, check out some of my social media. I blend my posts in between business, what I do on a day-to-day basis, results and positive feedback, as well as challenges we face, documenting my journey along the way. along with some of the stuff that money and the time freedom of being an entrepreneur and an investor allows you to do. So like little travels and the different food places my girlfriend and I get to discover and try out. So this is a deal. This was in Los Angeles, and the exact profit that was transferred in the bank account was a little over $79,000, and that's for here in Los Angeles, right? So these are some of the results, I would say, I guess in the past, right? Somewhat of a track record. For those of you that still aren't familiar with my content, I documented how I generated $140,000 in wholesaling or assignment fees just in LA County alone, right? Not including virtual markets. And I documented that on one of my websites, learntoinvestforfree.com. So you can check out the entire process on how you can start wholesaling after watching about 24 videos and get your own operation up and running, or add multiple marketing channels to your business to bring in more deals, right? So that's the past in terms of a track record. And what I want to share with you guys next is my mail, right? Why the heck is Gil going to share his mail with us? Oh, you know what? I think I have another one on here. Oh, here we go. This post I posted 2 weeks ago before I share my mail. This was a check for a little over $1,000 that came in via mail on another wholesale deal. And this was just 2 weeks ago, right? So I want to bring you guys some fresh current stats. Let me make the screen a little bit bigger. So this is a FedEx parcel. And I always get my mail overnighted or delivered depending on where I'm at, right? So virtual wholesaling and, you know, living in different areas from time to time. I'll take a screenshot if in case you didn't see that clearly. But I had this sent to me on Tuesday. So that was yesterday and just opened. So I want to pull out some mail, and I haven't even opened these up yet. So it's still all fresh and clean on there. But I will have to black out some info so that you don't see the other party or some personal info that you guys don't need access to. Where'd my marker go? So the first of which, I want to share with you a deal. This was out in Pennsylvania, okay? So this was in the Pennsylvania market. I don't know if it's clear on there or not. Maybe if I move it closer, I don't know. But I'll take some screenshots and put it on a formal or at least a squeeze page. This is my mail, and here's a check. I know because they were texting me ahead of time, yeah? So this came out in August 12, 2014. And this is a check for a little over $12,000. Maybe if I stick it super close. Again, if it's not really clear, I'll take a screenshot, post it on the site. A little over $1,000 just this week. Got that one in the mail. And this one is from New York. So yes, it is possible to wholesale deals in New York. I live in Los Angeles. My office is in Pasadena, California. And this was a deal. New York. Or maybe one of their smaller zip codes. But this is a check for... Alright, so if you notice, again, I had my mail delivered just recently, August 26th, I think was the stamp. This was a check in late July for $4,700. I don't know if you guys can see it. If not, I'll take a screenshot, black out the info. But that's a check for a little bit over $4,000. And the rest of the mail are either bills or the San Diego Zoo. They don't fail. They always send me all these membership coupons. We used to go to the zoo a lot when I lived in San Diego. And then there's Costco. I love Costco. I always go to their Sunday buffet brunch and check that stuff out. But I share you these results, not to brag by all means, right? But to simply show you that it is possible to wholesale virtually. And with me moving into a new local market, we are on the hunt for other partners or new markets that we can expand and go into, right? Now, if you're an investor with an established deal flow or you are closing consistently every month, all you need is a sales team or acquisition team. Let's talk, because my commission-only team would love to jump in on board, help scale, and grow the business. Now, for those of you folks that aren't full-time in real estate and maybe you're still trying to do your first deal or you're trying to scale to multiple deals on a monthly basis, here's what we'd love to be able to do for you and what we just rolled out, again, just today, just decided to do it. We're going to be offering a month-to-month service where we will do your Craigslist marketing, text and email marketing on Craigslist. the same sales and acquisition team that's allowing me to cash those checks and the track record that you've seen on there, and check the website for more stuff, or, in terms of background. We'll get on the phones and pre-screen those particular leads for you. Now, we specialize in traditional wholesaling and wholesaling lease options, right? So that's the kind of experience we've had. That's what we'd like to move forward with. We're testing some new strategies, but only our experience and clients we've done business for a while get to be able to touch any of that stuff. But you can work your way up to that particular level. So not only will they pre-screen your Craigslist text and email leads for wholesale and lease option deals, but they'll also pre-screen your direct mail leads. That is the number one request we get asked for, because the full-time real estate investor, yes, they have time to take those calls since they work from home, or they have enough money to hire a full-time employee at about, anywhere from $7 to $12 an hour, depending on where you're from and minimum wage and what you have to pay out, right? But if you're a part-time investor or just getting started online, or if you're looking to scale your operations, $1,000, $2,000 a month for an employee, that can put your operations to a grinding halt, or at least make a serious dent in your marketing budget. So my proposal is, we're having, again, a preferred price point. We've never offered it to anybody else outside of the education, outside of those that are educators, gurus, the big names in the industry, and to their coaching students, but a flat rate monthly fee where our team will do the pre-screening and marketing on Craigslist. They'll do direct mail. And if you're doing PPC or online leads, they can throw that into the mix and work out and do some pre-screening on those as well, right? Now, our team works off of a 12 to 24 hour period in terms of calling people back, and that would also handle the follow-ups. So if they can't reach the person on the first time, if you're still not familiar, when you call somebody a lead in real estate, not everybody picks up the first time. There are multiple calls required. So they will continue, reaching or calling the person, leaving voicemails, sending emails, up until they can get them on the phone, capture some information, screen them, and tee it up for you locally, whether set an appointment or, get a soft pass offer out that you can send to the particular lead and lock up the property, right? So other questions related to that, I'll post some other features online. Again, I don't have a website or a squeeze page or a sales page or a landing page for all this. You guys are seeing it first in the form of this video. But for those of you that are looking for a sales team, that are looking for an acquisition manager or a virtual assistant to handle your pre-screening, you guys would automatically get this. And those are the ones that I'm speaking to right now. I have been in your shoes. I started out as a valet attendant working the graveyard shift, and eventually made a transition full-time into real estate and to other projects that have been super cool and awesome over the last couple of years, right? So you don't have to spend another 30 days looking for a virtual assistant, and then you're going to have to spend another 30 days training them from the ground up, right? And then there's the part of compensation, because from a compensation standpoint, the whole $1 an hour VA for a person pre-screening, I don't know where you're finding those folks, but it doesn't mean just because a guru says that you can find $1 VA to pre-screen your leads and line up deals and contracts, that's exactly what they're doing in their business, nor does it work, right? And again, I've worked with some of the big names in the industry. I'm an active wholesaler and marketer myself, and I'm looking for, other markets to do deals in. So for those folks that do take advantage of this one-time offer, and I do mean that, I'll explain why later on, you basically position yourself so that whatever marketing you're doing, you can maximize and capture those leads. We track everything in Podio. There is 100% transparency on who's doing what and when. That is huge and very important to me. That cost me almost $400,000 just on a project with somebody else because of the whole what's happening, who's doing what. We've learned our lesson there, and we're tracking everything in Podio. Now, when it comes to Podio, we're also going to provide daily support and training so that you know how to use Podio to manage your leads on a daily basis, be able to outsource effectively, and not rack your brains on what's going on in your operations, and, you know, have your spouse or your loved one pounding on you all the time because you're spending so much time doing data entry or trying to figure out how to work Podio, it doesn't have to be that hard. That's going to be included in the flat rate monthly price point. It can cost you about $1,000 to $2,000 in a part-time or a full-time employee. A decent virtual assistant or telemarketer will run about, I'd say, about $600 to $800. Somebody that speaks good English can go back and forth. Diffuse objections. That's the big thing, right? I mean, yes, they sound good over the phone and you can find other folks outside like on Odesk. But if they don't know how to answer objections and diffuse, you know, a situation when you have an irate person from direct mail, I mean, what good is that at the end of the day? Because you can't capture the lead, right? Other than Podio, we do provide daily support and training on marketing, lead conversion, and real estate as well. So we'll be able to give you feedback, and that way, again, there's constant communication. That's very important to me and for the, you know, for the clients that we have, that everybody's on the same page. So you will have a direct connection to us. So for the folks wondering, you know, where's Gil and what's going to happen with the daily webinars, we're rolling that out in full force. Now, we used to offer a component where we're doing it free every day, but I'm still up in the air on how that's going to happen. In fact, now we're just going to really focus on this small group of investors, and that's who we want to focus on, right? Over the last couple of years, we've had the privilege and, you know, just the amazing opportunity to now work with investors full time, but see them transition. And I'm so proud of that, to be able to help and be a part of somebody's journey to go from their job, which could mean just over broke or just, you know, just out of business, right? And to see them transition into real estate or a business full time and be a part of that journey. Absolutely amazing. And the folks that have been able to make that transition, the one common thing that they've had is they've either followed our free training and webinars online. I think I've put out, if not the most, you know, free real estate video trainings out there, one of the most, that people have actually been able to follow, apply in their business and do deals. Proof is in the pudding. I have these folks that would be happy to get on the phone and talk to you about that experience, but we'll save that for another time, right? And the other common factor with folks that have been able to transition full-time with us, they've started on some of our smaller marketing packages. So it allows us to establish a track record, get an opportunity to work together, make sure you like working with us, my team, the folks behind my particular wholesaling, flipping business, and a chance for them and us to get acquainted with you and how you operate so that we can speak the same language, get on the same page mentally, and make sure our goals for the future are aligned. Because my intention has always been to do more deals, not to make money selling real estate courses or products, not to make a killing selling $10, $20, $30, $40,000 coaching or apprentice packages. There's nothing wrong with that, right? And I've always said that. But for me, I want to be able to do deals. So for the folks that are looking to hire somebody out there, yes, a telemarketer, $600 to $800, speaks good English. We want to set a price point that works for, you know, most folks that have either done a deal or have a marketing budget and, you know, balance that. Because we want you to send direct mail, but have some left over for a VA and a marketing team. My acquisition team, we've worked out a price point. It's going to be $400 flat rate fee month to month, right? If you're not happy in the first month, or if you find somebody else, or if our goals are in line, hey, it's month to month. You're not locked into a contract. We'll give up the seat to somebody else, right? Now let's talk a little bit about some of the long-term opportunity of that. Number one, the benefits to that is that you get to work with us directly. Number two, you do get access to the same team of folks that allowed me to be able to hit those particular number goals that I've shared with you. But also, I am looking for markets, and I put my money where my mouth is. I have the balls and the audacity to jump right into marketplaces. I will go so far as to move and become your neighbor to launch a business and scale it up to ridiculous numbers and opportunities. So I'd like to be able to go into markets and fund and send marketing in areas where we have somebody locally that we can trust. And the first people that I look towards are the marketing clients that we have and folks that have been able to see some successes and wins, understand how we operate. So that way, right, if your problem is marketing, if you've done a couple of deals through our program, we'll come in there and launch a major direct mail marketing campaign or start to put some money behind it, you know, fuel the fire so that you can do multiple deals, whether it's 2, 4, or plus closings on a monthly basis. All right. Last but not the least, you also do get to be part of the team and access to some pilot programs and other strategies that we are testing. For example, we recently launched a marketing campaign and a strategy where we're spending very minimal marketing dollars. I mean, in LA, if you don't have the stones or the experience to do about 10,000 units of direct mail a week to keep the phone ringing, you really need to take a look at other marketplaces. But that's the type of marketing we'd like to allocate and put towards other market expansions with folks that we can build a long-term relationship. I'm old school with my values, and I value long-term relationships. Check out my Facebook page. And I mean, I've got friends since grade school, and most of us now are entrepreneurs. A lot of the clients that I've had now that are either buying deals or that we're partnering up on have been free subscribers just checking out our videos up until they were doing some deals, had some money towards marketing, and we've grown together. And that's really what I value, because now we're looking to set up our operations. And by the end of 2015, this is why I say it's a one-time thing. We're never going to do it again. Because by the end of 2015, we're never going to have to ever launch another webinar calling for new partners or selling this or selling marketing service. None of that. We'll never have to do that again. Not with the model that I'm looking to set up here. And the folks, hopefully you, that we have a chance to earn your business, do some deals together, and truly, truly scale up. Right? So I'm trying to think if there's any other questions. Again, I kind of put this thing on the fly. If you're watching this video on my Facebook page, on YouTube, I'm going to send it out to our subscribers. You're seeing this first. I'm going to put up a simple squeeze page or a landing page that has more information together. Also, to be able to scan and take those screenshots of those checks. Again, the proof is in the pudding. Where is that? I'm going to block that. Wow. So, hopefully, we get a chance to work together. Once again, many thanks to those that have continued to help us grow. You've been there from day one, or you came on a little bit later, but that kind of support, the followers that we've gained, the subscribers that I've gained over the last couple of years, I truly value all that. Thank you so much. We haven't gone anywhere. If anything, we're looking to rearrange a couple of pieces. So I am looking forward to getting a chance to, once again, hopefully work with you. If you have any questions, okay, you would know how to contact me. Hit me up on Facebook, respond on a comment on this particular Facebook post, or schedule a time to talk to me directly. Now, if this makes absolute sense to you, because again, I know it will for those of you that have tried to hire virtual assistants, but all they did was collect training pay after 30 days and peace out, sign up with another investor and collect that person's training pay, right? Or if you've had other employees in the past and it just didn't work out. I mean, I'm really speaking to you guys because you get this. And at the price point we've set it out, it's a killer deal, right? Even at the price point we're charging the gurus, they still tell us it's a killer deal and we should charge more, but I want to do deals. That's always been my intention, not to make money on all those additional products, services, and things that we could have launched or set out there, right? So schedule a one-on-one call. Go to callgilnow.com to schedule a one-on-one if you need some clarity, but check the website first, because the last thing I want to do is for you guys to have questions that are already available info that you can find on the landing page that I will set. If this makes absolute sense to you and you're like, heck, we've been trying to work with you guys, you've been closed, the doors have been closed and now you're opening it and we can take on, work with your sales and acquisition team to handle our calls, scale our markets, and possibly partner up with you by you launching some marketing, then you can go ahead to go to GIL onetimeoffer.com. Let me double check to make sure that's the right website. Gil, again, I just bought this earlier in the session. Let me check here. Yeah, Gil onetimeoffer.com. It'll send you to one of our PayPal links where you can go ahead and process the order. That's going to lock in your position and your local marketplace, and we're not going to give that up to anybody else, right? So it's first come, first serve basis. I'm only looking for a handful of people, and I'm willing to put my money where my mouth is, back you up with some marketing. Once you demonstrate that, yes, you can make a deal happen in your local marketing, right? And that, again, it's a good fit for us both. It's a win-win relationship, and that we're kind of on the same page. We want to do deals, and we want to work long-term. So if you want to get started right away, if this already makes sense to you, forget the landing page. You don't need all that. Go to onetimeoffer.com, and you'll be able to process your order. My team will contact you, whether via email or phone number, if you can put a phone number, so we can process things immediately. Now, now I know there's going to be some startup times, right, or some questions, even if you do go ahead and purchase it. But by going ahead and reserving your slot, purchasing one of the preferred marketing packages, then you will be able, you get an extra week grace period, right? So billing is on a monthly basis, but in your very first payment, it's going to be 5 weeks. So there's a 1 week grace period where we have time to answer some questions, get you up and running inside of Podio. That's been like our number one, request on the marketing side of our operations on how to use Podio. And the investors that we've been helping out, love it and have had a good experience with it, right? So you can check out onetimeoffer.com, and again, you do get that 5 week, that extra week grace period, so that we can get you up and running inside of Podio, get your workspace set up, talk about marketing, what zip codes you want to go into, maybe refine some stuff, and yes, you do get all the other additional benefits as well. Daily support and training live directly with my team. We can provide cash buyers lists. We can provide access to other lists as well at preferred price points. Or extend the courtesy of our relationships with our direct mail vendors on any preferred rates that we do get with them. We can also work with yours. Again, we want to focus on wholesaling and wholesaling lease options. We've done some stuff in other strategies and creative financing like AMPS. If you guys need help on a deal, we also do have access to investors that would be happy to consult and help structure a deal and make sure it's a win-win all around, and provide documentation as well. All right, so that's going to be a huge thing. Maybe you don't have the docs on your part. We can get somebody with the docs to help provide it. They will consult on the deal or partner up as well. We'll make it win-win all around. So thanks for taking the time to check this out, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.